The journey to reclaiming your authentic self is not one of acquisition, but of abandonment. It is a disciplined and often arduous process of unlearning, a conscious shedding of the layers of conditioning, dogma, and limiting beliefs that have obscured the core of who you are. This is the crucible in which the inauthentic self is burned away, leaving behind the untarnished gold of your true nature. At its heart, the art of unlearning is the deliberate practice of questioning and discarding outdated mental models. It is the recognition that much of what you hold to be true has been inherited, not discovered. Society, family, and experience have all inscribed their narratives upon you, and while some of these may be beneficial, others are cages that confine your potential. To unlearn is to systematically dismantle these cages, not with aggression, but with discerning awareness. This process is not a modern invention, but a timeless human endeavor, echoed in the wisdom of ancient philosophies and the insights of modern psychology. From the quiet contemplation of Buddhism, we inherit the practice of letting go. The Buddha taught that attachment to beliefs and perceptions is a primary source of suffering. Unlearning, in this context, is a form of non-attachment, releasing the clinging to ideas that no longer serve us. It is the gentle but firm disentanglement from the narratives that create a false sense of self, allowing for a more fluid and authentic existence to emerge. The rigid self-discipline of Stoicism, particularly as articulated by Marcus Aurelius, offers a framework for examining and excising false judgments. The Stoics understood that our internal landscape is the only thing truly within our control. The practice of unlearning, therefore, is a Stoic exercise in reason, a systematic review of our impressions to determine whether they align with nature and virtue. By removing these false beliefs, we achieve a state of apatheia or tranquility, not through emotional suppression, but through cognitive clarity. This sentiment finds a modern echo in the work of Jordan Peterson, who impels individuals to confront the chaos of the unknown and to continuously revise their internal maps of the world. He posits that clinging to outdated ideologies, no matter how comforting, leads to stagnation and resentment. The act of unlearning is the courageous confrontation with anomalies that challenge our current understanding, thereby integrating new information and evolving into a more competent and complete individual. The celebrated psychiatrist Carl Jung framed this journey as the process of individuation. This is the lifelong project of integrating the conscious and unconscious aspects of the psyche to become a whole, individuated self. Unlearning is inherent to this process, as it requires moving beyond the persona, the social mask we wear, and confronting the shadow, those aspects of ourselves we have repressed or denied. It is in this uncomfortable self-dialogue that we unlearn who we are supposed to be and discover who we truly are. The spiritual master Sadhguru speaks of this from a yogic perspective, emphasizing the need to move from belief to seeking. He asserts that belief systems are a form of intellectual comfort that prevents true seeing. Unlearning, then, is the dismantling of these borrowed certainties to create a space for experiential knowing. It is the willingness to exist in a state of not knowing, which is the very womb of perception and self-realization. Even the often misunderstood Niccolò Machiavelli and the modern strategist Robert Greene offer a pragmatic dimension to unlearning. They advocate for a fluid and adaptable mindset, unburdened by rigid principles that may not be effective in the real world. For them, unlearning is a strategic necessity, the ability to shed limiting beliefs and tactics that are no longer advantageous, allowing one to navigate the complexities of power and human interaction with greater efficacy. The path of unlearning is not for the faint of heart. It demands the courage of a warrior and the wisdom of a sage. It requires a radical honesty to look at your most cherished beliefs and ask, is this truly mine? It is a journey that often feels like a loss, a stripping away of familiar comforts. But as the external scaffolding of borrowed beliefs is dismantled, an internal fortress of authentic being is revealed. As Alan Watts might suggest, it is in the letting go of the desperate grasp for a fixed self that we find our true flowing nature. And as Jesus Christ taught, one must be born again, a profound metaphor for the unlearning of the old self to make way for the new. Therefore, the art of unlearning is the essential, and often paradoxical, work of becoming. It is the understanding that to truly find yourself, you must first be willing to lose the self you have come to know. In this sacred act of subtraction, you do not become less. You become more purely and powerfully who you were meant to be.